Rockstar described the upcoming launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 as, quote, the biggest game launch in history in a recent job listing, and we're the only gaming news channel brave enough to agree with them.
That's right, the only ones, just as long as you don't check up on that. But will we be brave enough, are we brave enough to actually record an episode the day that Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out? Or are we going to get ill just like everybody else? Well, we'll save that for the time that it comes. But welcome to Inside Games. We got some GTA 6 news to share with you.
The GTA-based screenshotted and posted a new Rockstar Games job listing on X, offering folks the opportunity to, quote, lead both the evolution and operation of the data platform supporting what will be the largest game launch in history.
Ooh, bold claim, but everybody's kind of like, yeah, it sounds about right. The role is for a data engineering lead software engineer, and as IGN spotted, they've since revised the job listing to not include the phrase describing GTA 6's pending launch as history's biggest.
There was somebody in HR who got really excited about the launch and then wrote in, biggest launch in history because it's going to be. And then one of the managers was like, take that out. It's news stories all over the place. The job listing itself doesn't offer any insights about GTA 6 itself, but has plenty of phrases that the game itself would probably make fun of. Like needing to, quote, communicate effectively with stakeholders and deliver high-impact data solutions.
I'm more of a low-impact data solution guy, so they're not looking for me. But I'll be there to play the game, that's for sure. I'll be one of the billions probably rushing the doors down. But what about their claim? We love data here. Will Grand Theft Auto 6 actually be the largest game launch in gaming history?
This is a bit difficult to nail down. There's no standard to compare game sales in terms of timing windows, units sold, or total money grossed.
Yeah, every publisher themselves comes up with whatever metric seems the most boastful, and then they put that out, if their metrics are even worth boasting about. So we always don't get data, and we certainly don't get apples to apples type data.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 set multiple records on its release, but this is 2013. This is a long time ago. It sold 11 million units in 24 hours and reached 1 billion in sales in 3 days. Probably accounting for inflation, that's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 billion at this point, maybe even more, in 3 days in 2025 dollars.
Yeah, 2013 was a long time ago, as I'm sure all our millennial gamers are suddenly coming to terms with. And the games industry is a bit different now. It's kind of interesting to compare. Yeah, other games have done similar business in the decade plus since, but mostly these are like COVID or post-COVID games because of the massive expansion of gaming at that time. So accordingly, Cyberpunk 2077 sold 13 million copies, but it took 10 days to get there.
Black Myth Wukong sold 10 million copies in 3 days. It's right around the GTA 5 launch. And also both The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom and Pokemon Scarlet Violet sold over 10 million in 3 days apiece, while Animal Crossing New Horizons sold 11.7 million in 11 days.
Wild days, the early 2020 days. And while GTA 5 made $1 billion when it came out, Roblox earned $3.6 billion in 2024. And more or less, it earns $1 billion every quarter. So the scale of those are just outrageous. You know, taking 8 years to make a game and making all that money in 1 month, or you make it every single quarter because you're siphoning money off of a billion tiny transactions. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to compare because Grand Theft Auto now, it's been sort of dormant for so long that just the dollar amounts and the scale of the industry has shifted.
It really has, and comparing it to like Roblox or Fortnite is scary because Roblox and Fortnite, not only are they ubiquitous, but they are making money hand over fist compared to the launches of these games that we're talking about. And we think that these are the biggest games in history. Cyberpunk and GTA 5 and, like, you know, Legend of Zelda. These are massive games. And Roblox and Fortnite do that in a year. That makes me worried. Especially because of what we know about Roblox. So, like, there's a lot of stuff. And Roblox gets more popular every day. So, you know, it's funny because I don't want to be like, well, I'm really glad that GTA 6 is coming out. Because GTA 6 is also not going to be great for a lot of people. Either way, it's going to make a shitload of money, and we'll see if it makes more than a Roblox.
Yeah, we'll see. And this is all not even accounting for GTA Online, which is sort of, you know, Rockstar's ongoing service game. Just so you know, GTA 6's current release date is May 26th, 2026. Start planning your sick leave now. But yeah, this is a really interesting conversation, I think, because I think it points to basically a generational divide in gaming, which is something I had hoped would not happen. I had hoped that all the money would stay with sort of the more traditional boxed GTA style games. Even the premium indie games we see a lot now, those are kind of my thing. Maybe it's a generational millennial thing. They're just in the format that I'm used to. But yes, it's kind of weird. I feel like one of the things that GTA 6 has at its back is that it is millennial core. GTA is the gaming franchise for people that are our age or from our generation, the PS2 years and things like that. And since it's been dormant for so long, I think that marries nicely with some spending trends we've seen that basically say millennials are the ones that have the disposable income to continue gaming. And that I think that also explains the differing formats. Gen Z and younger are broke, so they can't afford to buy a pricey game console and $70 games. Makes total sense why you gravitate towards Fortnite or free-to-play games like that. But that does mean that there's an entire market that's not going to be buying GTA 6 as well, right? So I think about the trends. I think a couple of trends do help GTA. The fact that it is so millennial baked and that millennials still have money. And I wonder about China. I mean, Black Myth Wukong was breaking up in there with some of the fastest selling games. I wonder if in mid-2026, a game like that could work there in the way that Black Myth did. Culturally, I think it's a vast divide. I think a game that focuses on American cultural satire, it might be a little too far away to be a blockbuster hit like Black Myth Wukong was. It doesn't have that in common, but I do wonder, especially compared to like Chinese cinema, the production value may be enough. It may just be so big and have enough splendor and investment and production value that it still may hit there. That's a big assumption though. But if those two things line up, if a bunch of millennials break open their wallets and go to GameStop to buy their copy of GTA 6 like they used to, take their Metamucil and stay up till 10 o'clock playing just like the old days, that could result in a record-breaking turnout.
I actually think, Lawrence, I think that GTA is going to cross generational boundaries. I really do think it's going to get all of the younger gamers and all the older gamers. I think it's going to get everybody because GTA has been around so long and everyone knows, generally they know Grand Theft Auto and they've known it for years, even if they're 20 years old and 18 years old, they know what GTA is. They know about the launch of GTA 6. I guarantee it. And the question is whether or not they're going to spend their money the launch day. That's really what I kind of wonder about. And I tend to think they will. I tend to think that this is sort of the gaming event of the decade, maybe even longer. So I don't think people are going to miss it. What I am worried about is sort of what happened to Cyberpunk, which is Cyberpunk was also the gaming event of the decade, and it was just an absolute disaster by all accounts. I loved it when it came out, but a lot of people didn't, and that was it. It fell on its face for the first year, and I don't necessarily know that Rockstar's going to do that with GTA. I think GTA will probably launch in a pretty solid state, other than the fact that whatever servers they have it connecting to will definitely not work. So that's the interesting thing about. That's what I'm actually kind of curious about, is whether or not GTA will cross generational boundaries, and then also at its launch, if the servers are going to work, because they're all going to connect to that Rockstar server, every one of them, and Rockstar better have spent the billions of dollars they make on those servers.
Yeah, it's a good point about all the infrastructure in between. I mean, Silksong managed to crash some digital stores for a few hours. GTA 6 is going to be many tiers bigger than that. So there is reason to worry about that. And that may actually impact launch sales if people can't fucking log into PlayStation and download the game. But yeah, that's a really good point. I do agree there's got to be more cultural awareness. I think PlayStation is probably, both with Cyberpunk and GTA, the cornerstone. The game was a mess on a different level on PlayStation, which I think explains a lot of the anger about it. The performance wasn't great, the crashing, etc. So GTA 6 is only launching on console. It's not even doing PC, so it has fewer platforms to focus on. I feel like that means it's probably not going to be a buggy mess when it hits, and they've already delayed it. So it should launch in fine shape. But yes, I think you're absolutely right, Bruce. The weakest link in the chain will be the digital infrastructure. And yeah, God forbid that you have to log into Rockstar Social Club or whatever just to play GTA 6, a single player game. It'll probably be that way though. You're right. So yeah, we'll all be raging at the login screen at the top of GTA 6, unable to play for 48 hours or longer. Oh, get ready for that, I guess. So yeah, that's a good point actually. Maybe don't schedule your sick time just yet. But it'll be interesting to look forward to. It'll be I'm sure a social media frenzy.
I haven't forgotten about preloads too. I'm sure they'll allow you to preload the files and do all that other stuff, but I'm just talking about that one little server handshake with the Rockstar servers when everybody launches this game on May 26th. That's what I'm talking about. That's going to be a problem for the first 24 to 48 hours. And it might result in a lot of really angry people. So we'll see. I don't know. I hope maybe not. Maybe Xbox and PlayStation are equipped for that. I don't think they are though.
And who knows? Maybe it'll usher in an entirely new younger generation into this kind of format of game. Maybe it'll convince everybody that it is worth scraping together your shit pay for a couple of months to buy one premium game every so often. And maybe that means they'll have to research that extensively and means they'll have to look up gaming YouTube videos where we tell them whether games are worth playing or not. It's a lot to look forward to, Bruce.
Speaking of which, Lawrence, we have an Inside Games trailer select for a video game that is actually kind of blowing up Steam a little bit right now. People are getting excited about this. No, I'm not a human. It just launched on Steam. It's a mixed media spooky game. And I haven't played it at all, Lawrence. Have you touched it yet?
No, I haven't either. I just saw the trailer. I thought it looked really appealing. I didn't know it was getting traction on Steam, but I'm not surprised that it is. Yeah, it's got a very arresting visual style. It's very disturbing. The way that the trailer describes the game is you're kind of in a post-apocalypse and you're trying to manage basically a safe house for human survivors, but there's a bunch of creepy, infested human imitator dudes that you kind of have to investigate and make sure that you don't let them in. So it's very creepy. Human beings are weird. The trailer shows a lot of the tone of the game, so I'm excited to check it out. But there's your Inside Games trailer select of the day. Give it a peep.
We've got a few patrons that support the Inside Games Patreon every single month. They've already planned a sudden outbreak of lupus in May. I know, lupus is really bad, actually. Jack Willis and Talia Monochrome, just play it cool. Don't overact. You're going to spend GTA 6 launch day in the hospital because it's like psychosomatic, so don't do that. Just say you got a cold or something.
Maybe they'll let you bring the PS5. That'd be nice, right? People bringing you snacks, you get to lay on a bed.